Welcome back to Average Joe's Overlanding. Today we're going to be installing the Primelux 6-gang switch panel with dimmable function. I looked around, I saw some of them for the 8 one, but didn't see many for the 6, so I figured I'd take you along. The Primelux 6-gang switch panel is pretty nice. What it does, it gives you the ability to mount one box under your dash, or excuse me, under the hood. And then all of these buttons, you can go to one or multiple different functions around the vehicle. So it has its own centralized on and off. The buttons are very tactile. They give you good feedback. You can hear them. They've got good click. And what you can do is, so you can run this to like a light bar, you know, your front amber lights or yellow, whatever you want, aftermarket fog lights. You can run interior lighting, exterior lighting, whatever the case is. But you can also wire it where you can do jumper wires, and let's say this button you wanted to make all of your chase lights. You know, you're doing an off-road, it's really dusty, and you want all of your front ambers, all your rear ambers, everything to come on at once. You can wire it to that singular button, and that way all of them come on at the same time. When you stop, if you want, you can hit this one and it'll shut off the whole panel, everything that's on. And then when you turn it back on, it does have a memory function. It'll come back on with whichever ones are on. Now this is the relay box that comes with it. Mine is mounted backwards just because of the space that I had available. You will want to wire this up to an accessory when the key is on, because it does maintain power all the time. So what this is basically its own relay box, self-contained with the fuses in here, and then it gives you 6 ports, and the 6 ports correspond to the 6 different switches inside that we just showed you. So it's pretty simple. You have the one main wire that goes inside the cab to the control panel. You have your one accessory wire that you want to run to the accessory power we just talked about. You have a ground wire, and there is a heavy gauge power wire that you want to run to a 12-volt positive. And I ran mine right over to, I've got a 100 amp relay right here. I like these. It kind of keeps everything neat and clean. I only have one lead coming from the battery. All of my accessories are ran through this 100 amp right here. If anything goes wrong, it'll pop, and that way it breaks the circuit, and all of the aftermarket accessories that I've wired in are killed of power. That way you don't backfeed any systems and cause any fires, anything like that if something shorts out. It's kind of a neat little system. You can reset it like that. The accessory I was able to run in under my fuse block. So I have my winch main switch here mounted on top of my fuse block under hood. So there is a way that you can do that. You can just come through this wiring loom over on the back side here, kind of run it up through. Keeps it nice and neat and tidy and away from everything. Don't worry, I will be putting some protection on that wire so it's not rubbing there. But let's go inside. So the panel does come with a bracket. It allows you to mount it on any surface, kind of swivel it around, you know, any angle that you want to get it to. If you wanted to mount it, you know, wherever you decided to inside the cab. It also comes with this double stick tape. What I did is just put the double side off to one side and then made a mark, put it off to the other side, made a mark, lined them up, same thing, top and bottom. And then I put a slit right through the middle and punched a little hole for the cord to come through. I did this intentionally because I'm going to be running this cord through one of my empty switch blanks, but if I decided to remove it and flat mount it later, I can tuck that cord in the little channel that's provided here in order to keep it nice and flat and tucked away, and I won't have to worry about peeling that up later and doing that. So where I'm going to do it is I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to run it through this switch blank. This blank I'm going to intentionally leave open, maybe a little heat dissipation, but it'll actually sit right there real nice. I did move my traction control button that was in this slot down to this one. It moved over real easy, just snaps right in, no problem at all. That way I still have a little bit of real estate open over here if I need to add anything else. And then this switch blank I actually ended up using to do a GMRS radio install, which that video is coming soon, and I'll show you that. So I've been sitting here with my truck door open, kind of letting the sun hit this panel and heat it up. I also had this laying down on the floorboard for a while and warming this up to where this double-sided sticky tape here gets a little bit more pliable and heated. Just seems to stick a little bit better. I live in Arizona. It's like 80 degrees today, so it should be pretty nice and warm, and it should help it adhere really well. Make sure that you clean this, wherever you're going to stick it with rubbing alcohol or some sort of cleaning solvent to remove any grease, dirt, dust, anything like that before you install this. So let's get this tucked in there and then we'll go to the next step. Now I have intentionally installed this while this panel is still in before I made the other connection, so that I could watch the gap around here to make sure that I can still remove this panel if I need to work on anything or add anything later down the road. And that way everything's still nice and neat and clean. The wire fed right through that hole in the second blank over, lined up perfectly to feed my wire through. So I'll get it all connected and show you guys the demo. The kit does come with a wide variety of stickers. You even have 5 blanks to cover up the ones that you're not currently using. That way the backlight isn't blinding you. So I am going to go ahead and use the windshield light one. That's the lights that I currently have installed. And then I'll put on the other 5 blanks and then we'll do a quick demo. Alright, so I've closed my door here a little bit to where you can see it's still daylight out, but the backlight is not bad. It does have a dimmable function. I have not been able to test that yet, but when you hit the one, you can see the light comes on. There's a little piece of cardboard here so you can see, but my amber lights are on in the front, and it'll focus in there, sorry. But you can see they're on, and then turn it back off, it will go off. So I did decide to put the amber button in here. I've got some rear lights that are going to be coming on, or coming in hopefully later today, and then I can get those wired up, and then those will, when I hit the amber button, it'll turn on the rear ones and the front ones at the same time. And then again, with this one on, you can see the little lights on there. You can hit the main power switch and it shuts them all off. So same thing if you have, this one, this one, this one. If they're all on, you can hit the main power switch and it'll shut them all off. Like I said before though, this is wired into an accessory wire. Get this back in focus here. So when you shut your key off, it will shut off the entire unit after your relay clicks off. So keep that in mind when you're wiring it, how you want your accessories to run. So a little bit better view of this dimmable. So there it is at full brightness in the daytime. And then if you cover it completely, it looks like it's out. It's not actually completely out. There's still a little bit of backlight going on. And then if I can give it just a little bit of light here, it'll get a little brighter, and then it'll go to its brightest. All right, so there was the install of the Primelux 6-gang switch panel. It's basically the exact same as the Auxbeam panel. At the time that I was looking to purchase, the Primelux one was on sale for like $119 or $120, something like that, and the Auxbeam one was $150. Purely the only reason that I chose it. I just looked right now, and the Auxbeam one actually has a $20 off coupon, so it would be like $127.99. It's actually a little bit cheaper than the Primelux right now. The Auxbeam also comes in blue and green backlight, where the Primelux is only green. So basically the exact same thing, just allows you to do multiple accessories on one switch, keeps your engine bay clean, also keeps you from running multiple wires into the cab. Since it has a singular cable that goes into the cab with all of your switch panels included in there, you can run all of your other lighting and wiring exterior into the engine bay without running a bunch of different cables through the rubber grommet there. So if you're anything like the rest of us that have multiple accessories going on, then that rubber grommet is probably full of a bunch of stuff already. So just a little quick video. Hopefully this helps somebody out. If you have any questions, reach out.